Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this a brand new day wherein I continue to talk with my hands. It's just something I've always done. It's more exaggerated. I do it more when I'm by myself and I'm only talking to a camera. But I've spent my entire life. I'm one of those people that I'm always gesturing and doing stuff. So, thumbs up. Which is nice that I can actually do that because, THC, cannabis, hokey smokes. All my joints, everything just work. They don't stick, my hands work, and everything is nice. So thumbs up, a very good thing. Also, I just wanted to mention hokey smokes. I talk about how the house we rent here, the home we rent, it abuts up next to a forest. And in Shelton, boy, what a whistle. In Shelton, Washington here, there's a lot of forest, especially in southern Shelton. And there's blocks and blocks where it'll just be forest. No housing, just forest, and so there's forest everywhere. I've mentioned before, it is a bug factory. Good Lord, this year is bad. It has been, after the big heat dome, that 1 in 1,000 years thing that happened like 2 months ago, whenever it was here in the Pacific Northwest, when that broke, it has become mild in this area. First time in I don't know how many years it's been actually cooling down outside, but it's because it's been mild and not super horrific hot. It is a mega bug factory out there. When I go outside of our back door, there are just everything is a cloud of flies everywhere. Go out the front door, it is mega insects everywhere. It's just horrific. Frequently during the day, because of the clouds of bugs outside, when they come in here, I have to chase them down and knock them out, and yeah, I'm down to killing bugs again. I don't like killing, but I don't like having clouds of flies coming in either. And I keep the window open because even though my kitty cat is older now, she's very bony, and frankly, I don't see her often anymore. She comes in through the window, and then she eats and drinks, and then after she comes over and gets pets for a little while, she's back out the window again. I see her like 1 hour out of 24 anymore. But I'm not going to shut that thing so that she can't get in. I want her to be able to come in and come and go as she wants. She spent like 15 out of the last almost 20 years, he's about 20, as my brother-in-law's cat. And when I moved into their garage, she adopted me. And she just came with me when we moved. And so she has been an outside cat all of her life. And keeping her inside, I've tried doing that. She's miserable. She makes me miserable. So, windows gotta stay open so that she can get in and come out. And oh boy, do the flies come in. As well as moths, mosquitoes, stuff like that. When you keep the window open 24/7, any light I have on, I try not to use this light here once the sun goes down because, bugs are attracted by light. But any light, light from the monitor as I play games. I have a little light down there that I just click on, and it's dimmer. It's, low to the ground, so there's not much light, but there's still light. So, thumbs up on that. I just thought I'd mention because good lord. They've always been bug factories, but I have not seen it this bad in a very long time. It's just, ugh. And I don't see as many spiders as I usually do outside. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe that's why there's so many bugs, because there's fewer spiders. And also, if you see that I've got a very, very red face here. Oh, it's horrible. I mentioned that. I don't know what is going on with my skin. I wash my face either in the morning or before I go out. Bleh, I cannot speak English, my apologies. Or before I go to bed. It depends on how I'm feeling at the time, stuff like that. Yesterday morning, I washed up my face. And I got, normal wash. Before I went to bed last night, there was I was covered in so much extra thick, crusty, dead skin. It was just horrible. And like I say, I had washed that morning, so I don't know what happened that I got all that excess dead skin build up. I have complicated skin. It's dry, but oily at the same time. So sometimes it's a struggle just to stay hydrated enough. I feel like I'm super hydrated, but 1/3 of all the people in the world, their sense of thirst is so weak or just misinterpreted that when they're thirsty, they feel hunger. Or in my case, likely I don't feel much of anything at all. So I don't know. But if I'm really, really red this morning, and I bet I am. I mean, I was bleeding here or here. I can't even remember which side now. But it was, So, yay. It's fun being human. Thumbs up on that. I also want to check on here on my list because I just want to talk about stuff that's happening. And good morning, actually, everybody. Welcome to the day. Definitely a thumbs up. I just trying to make sure I've got everything that I want to talk about so I can talk about it, because otherwise I'm going to be just mentally smacking myself in the forehead after I'm all done. I mean, weeks will go by where there's a subject I'll want to talk about before I finally stop smacking myself and I'm able to remember. So thumbs up on that. Definitely a good thing. Oh, as a real quick aside, I mentioned it on Twitter and I talked about it in the video that I uploaded. One of the things I do for my reaction channel and the reaction videos is to make sure that it's okay to listen to the song, and to show the video is I check to see if a song has been reacted to before. Now that's good and bad, because if it's a little known song and no one's reacted to it, then yeah, there's not going to be any reactions found on YouTube. But at the same time, I posted a reaction to the song Send the Pain Below by the group Chevelle. I think it's pronounced Chevelle? I still don't know. Point being, I searched on YouTube, Chevelle, Send the Pain Below, reaction. A whole bunch of people. And I checked every single one of those reaction things. I didn't watch the entire stuff. I didn't want to hear the song. That's what I'm reacting to. But they were showing the video. And they weren't doing anything scary with it. It was just, boom, there's the video, it's playing. And they're reacting to the song, and they're reacting to the video playing. A lot of videos like that. It was like 5, 6 of them, and I just went, okay, they can react to it, they can react to it. It looks safe. So I did my reaction, put the video into it, uploaded it to the reaction channel, and it was immediately blocked worldwide because the video itself, the stuff that all these other channels were reacting to, just straight playing right there, was copyright blocked. I can't play the video in my reactions. All these other channels, that's not a problem. That's not an issue. They can play the video. I had to go through and take the video out, play the song still, that's fine, but I had to take the video out. That's why now these days I say, even then, I'm not going to be reacting to the video because I don't even know if the video can be shown. So, yay! Thumbs up for that. I don't know why lately this is not because I've got a neurological thing. It's because I've decided that being symmetrical is good. I love symmetry, but also I've decided being off-center for some of these things like this is also a cool thing. So if you see things off-center, I like symmetry. Also, as a quick aside, I wanted to talk about this one because it's another one of those, hey, I've wanted to talk about this for a while, but I keep forgetting. I have always been, my whole life, the kind of person, and I know now why, but when I've gotten my food on my plate, it's always had to be like everything has to be separate. Can't mix them up. And I generally start with one food and then work my way around. And That's just the way I've been. I've tried my whole life periodically to change that, because it's like, well, why am I doing this? Why? It's people don't do this. I need to change. But even when I've tried it and done it differently, it's not felt right, and I've always eventually gone back to just keeping everything separate and then eating one thing at a time. Well, now I know why. It's where I am, and my particular thing about where I am on the autism disorder spectrum. But it was really rubbed in a couple months back. I like peas. I can eat an entire can of peas with a sprinkling of salt as an entire meal. I love peas. They're great. I like mashed potatoes, especially mashed potato mix that you can buy in the store. So, because I can make casserole where I take like chili, cheese, and that mashed potato mix, put it all together, and then eat that, I thought, hey, I'll put some peas in with the mashed potatoes. Tasted good. I almost got sick. The texture mix. Just the feeling of those hard little, well, not hard, but compared to the mashed potatoes, the little round hardish peas inside of the mashed potatoes, just all the texture mix was, I couldn't, I had to just eat the mashed potato stuff around the peas. It was, So yeah, there's textures and yay, thumbs up. But real quick, let's see if I've got anything else here, because I also wanted to talk about various things about my my cosmic horror framework. I mean, I like to talk about it. It's an interesting subject, so I'm going to talk about it. So thank you for listening if you're listening. A good thing. But I have mentioned how when universes end, they don't really, come to a close and end that way. It's just that our universe is eventually going to have this happen too. But it's going to be far, 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 far off in the future, where just, matter will eventually evaporate, because matter, in reference to us, is stable, because, it's hard to make the energy in matter come out, except, of course, you find the radioactive stuff, you slam it together, and suddenly all the energy inside, like that 3 pounds of stuff, will blow up and kill everyone in a city. There is a lot of energy in matter. And because of that, I mean, like I say, to us, we are stable. We will never spontaneously blow up. But as a frame of reference, when you look at it from that different viewpoint, you can see that it's not stable. And when I say different viewpoint, I mean frame of reference, and it's as an example like this. Everything has, I'm looking for something that I can use as an example here. Everything has a kinetic potential. With this bottle, in reference to my hand, the kinetic potential is effectively null. It can't really fall any further. But compared to the floor, there's a huge amount of kinetic potential. And that's just the floor of the building. I'm on the second floor of a building. That's even more kinetic potential before it hits the ground. And if you take away all the dirt and stuff before it goes down, there's even more kinetic potential. So it's all in frame of reference. This has none in reference to itself in my hand. Well, it does, because the top of the bottle has more potential than the bottom. So even if you smashed it flat, the atoms in the top would have more of a potential than the atoms on the bottom. You can keep breaking it down that way. But in large terms, right here, 0 kinetic potential for my hand, massive kinetic potential for the ground outside. Eventually, all matter is going to evaporate into energy, and all energy will fall into its lowest possible rest state. There will be maximum entropy, and then nothing can happen ever again. And which also leads up to the question, is there really time at a point like that, when there is no matter and all energy has fallen, so nothing will ever happen again? Nothing will ever happen again. But time still runs. But does time mean anything if there's nothing to affect? I mean, 1 second is the same as 1 billion seconds if there's nothing to affect. So that's why I say these universes, they just become like eventually, like ours, and in the term of reference of the cosmic horror framework, these places become infinitely small. There's nothing there. There's nothing. And this is eventually the fate of even places like our universe, because eventually, all matter will dissipate into energy, and all energy will fall into its lowest possible rust state. I got a lot more I want to talk about, but I've also opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank, however many people left comments in the last 24 hours, and it isn't much, which is okay. Thank you, each and every one of you that did leave comments. Thank you, each and every one of you that watches and doesn't leave a comment. It is appreciated that you watch. Thumbs up. But if I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my fibro, and oh boy, my tummy. I washed down a whole bunch of vitamins, and now the carbonated beverage that I had drank is forcing its way out of its confinements. We have Ice Damon, thumbs up. Tony Spence, greatly appreciated. Alex P, thumbs up and thank you. HNNES, greatly appreciated. Louis, Louis, thumbs up and thank you. Ian Maccabee, thumbs up. Daniel Aramenko, greatly appreciated. We have Johnny K, good to see you in the comments. Bubs, BUBZZ, thumbs up and thank you. Favel with a daily reminder to live every day to its fullest. A Bizarre YouTuber, good to see you in the comments and thank you. Aaron Hahn, thumbs up. Nancy Scott Art Projects with a very nice comment, and I certainly hope that things go well for you. Avi Agarwal, I sure hope I pronounced that properly. We have Nando Rice Charuti and Colin Reisenauer. And then there is J-Dog Inc. Thumbs up and hello. We have Henry Stickman, greatly appreciated. And make little seizures great again with a mildly unpleasant comment. But you know what? Was not abusive. And because of that, hey, I'm going to leave a comment like that up. As long as you're not abusive, you can be fine. You can disagree violently with me. And as long as you're not abusive, it's fine. So thumbs up with that. With my hands in the air, depending on what device you're watching on, I have no idea where the text file is, but in the text description for the video, there's links to all sorts of stuff like Twitter, Facebook, my Patreon. If you could become a patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out financially without becoming a Patreon, and it would be nice because I am really hurting, but I do have somewhere a link to a PayPal, and I also have an Amazon wishlist link. If you could check that out, that would be very, very cool. Now, in no cases should you feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. A definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification button on the subscription bell. Did I say that right? I suddenly can't remember. That would be very cool if you could. Definitely a thumbs up on that. So hokey smokes, I've got just a bunch of editing to do today, and I want to do more thinking. I want to try and do more writing. I just need to stay awake and hopefully have a good day. As I say, I take Ritalin and caffeine, and that helps, but I've still got fibro fog and a whole bunch of chronic stuff, and yeah, it makes it a whole lot easier to think and concentrate and remember and do stuff, but the ADHD is only one part of the whole complex equation that is why my life is the way it is, so thumbs up for that. But around the world, and especially here in the United States, all sorts of states, not even red ones, even blue states, are having just massive hits by the Delta variant. Deaths and hospitalizations are up, in some cases, 1,500%. Please wear a mask. Wash your hands. Try not to touch your face. Don't go around other people if you don't have to. Maintain that social distancing. This is a much more deadly variant. Be safe. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing. And yeah, just as a last thing, this is becoming a virulent plague of the unvaxxed. 99.99% of everyone who gets it and dies has not been vaxxed. Get vaxxed. I have. I'm going to get the booster when it's available. Be smart. Thank you. Take care.